Hi, welcome to this video, and this is my Hallicrafters SX25, and I got my transformer with 10 watt output, 10 watt input, 70 volt, 10 watt, Electrovoice TR30, so I can power 4, 8, or 16 ohm speakers. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, I got that on eBay. And that's so I can build my own powered speaker for my SX25. So that's one of the projects that I still have to do on my SX25. So right now I'm going to be getting a Fluke signal generator. It's on its way. It's a second-hand signal generator, so that I can do more calibration of my radio. So one thing that's new from my last videos, as you can see, is that the radio doesn't look like a lot of other SX25s, because that's what it's supposed to look like. And I took that off, and this is actually mounted inside the case usually with this bezel inside the case. So I thought it looked kind of nice, so I mounted it outside the case, and I put 3 screws there. I'm actually going to paint those screws black or dark gray so it matches everything. And this has got kind of a copper brass kind of peeking through where the paint scraped off. So I think that looks really nice, and this circle kind of matches this circle, so that's really nice. So that's one of the things you may not have seen because it wasn't in my last video. The next thing I'm going to do is one of my last modifications is I'm going to router a plate out of a nice arbutus wood or another type of hardwood. So I'm going to remake this plate with a router, and it's going to be out of wood. So that's just kind of a little accent I'm going to make on the case. So what have I done so far? I've done I put a coaxial connector on the back for the antenna. I put a 1.5 amp fuse holder and a 1.5 amp fuse, or a fuse holder and a 1.5 amp fuse. I put a new power cord on it with grounding. Replaced all capacitors, replaced almost all the tubes are replaced now, just except for the only tubes that are original are the audio tubes. The 2 audio tubes, they're, I don't know, 6V6, 6L6 or something like that. They're big audio tubes, so they're on their way. I'm going to replace those as well. So how does the radio work? Well, it hasn't been calibrated, so that's all I can really tell you. So there's a little bit of ground hum. I'm listening it through, I usually listen to it through headphones, and I have it connected up to a powered speaker right now through my headphone jack. So I noticed a little bit more hum that I couldn't hear when I usually plug it in and listen on headphones. So I have it on band 2, and here's a station I'm pulling it on band 2. I believe it's a local station, so it goes nice and loud. So at least you can hear the audio quality. Sounds like an East Indian radio station. So there's Crystal, phone Crystal. Phone Crystal. So it's not been calibrated, but I've picked up stations on band 4 and band 2 and band 3B and band 3. It's the middle of the day, so there's not much there right now, but I have picked up stations from, I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia, and I picked up stations from California, San Francisco on band 1. Trying to think where else I've picked up stations from. Obviously, Seattle. I picked up Seattle radio stations. And for international stations, I picked up Spanish stations, Asian space stations, I think Russian stations, Australian stations. So it's kind of a grab bag. Again, the machine isn't calibrated, so the only two, the BFO is not working properly, but I think I got to double check the resistors that I replaced on the BFO. There's still an issue with the S meter. So I checked the voltage on the S meter, and it doesn't seem to be, the voltage doesn't seem to be changing with the strength of the signal. So, but I think the S meter in general works. It's just that there's something with the circuitry that I have to double check. So there's a bit of a grounding issue that I still have to figure out, that I want to work on. I don't know, it could, from what I've read, it could be a bad tube, or it could be a problem with a wire picking up grounding, or just a ground that's not making contact with the chassis. So there could be a couple things there. Again, this radio is not calibrated. I think it's a good looking radio though. I lucked out. This radio is made in 1941, at the beginning of 1941, according to the serial numbers. So it has lots of strength on band 4, which is pretty nice. I think I got one of the rare radios that has good volume on band 4. So I'll show you band 4. We're not going to probably pick up anything on band 4, but I'll just show you that it has good sensitivity. But again, it's not calibrated, and I think some of these stations are FM. See that it's not crystal clear, so I have to do something to calibrate it to get the clarity to be clear, more clear. But there is channels there, depending on the time of the day and stuff. But yeah, there's good strength on. I picked up lots of channels on band 4 before, even though it's dead now. I'm just using a homemade dipole antenna. You see it's pretty, it's not very clear. The crystal works good. I think some of these stations are FM stations. So yeah, I wish it was clear. Maybe somebody can tell me how I can make that clearer, or just probably just calibrate it. So anyways, I'm just showing you that band 4 does have pretty good sensitivity. And show you band 3. Again, it's not calibrated. So yeah, I appreciate everybody's input from antique radio boards and stuff like that for helping me to restore it. The other thing is I did take pictures of everything in unrestored condition, so if something went wrong, then I can go back and look at my pictures and see if I set up something wrong. See, at least you can tell it's got good sensitivity, even though stuff's not coming in crystal clear right now. It's a lot of fun anyways, I enjoy it. Okay, so it's band 2. I get one station right now, which is an Indian station. A lot of noise. And then band 1. Is really loud on band 1 if I get a station. What do I have it on broad tuning?
The Alex Fraser, those are wide open. I'm looking at the east-west connector.
With the Italians in 1935, but back to the earlier war in 1960. No, sorry.
That has that too. And
This is the AM band 1. So yeah.
we're just about anything in between.
So yeah, that's how it's looking right now. It's still, I really enjoy it. I listen mostly on headphones right now. So I really enjoy this radio. I like the tone. I love the classic analog tone of it, the tube tone. And it's just a lot of fun hunting around radio stations. Who would have known that antique radio would draw me off the internet? So yeah, those are one of the next things that I want to do is I want to do audio input so that I can switch off the tuning section probably, or leave it on, one or the other, but bypass the tuning section and send an audio signal from an input into the back of the radio. So I'm going to have a new mono input jack into the back of the radio, and then it's going to be processed by the tube audio, and then output the audio from the, probably just through the headphones outputs. I think what I might do is I might actually I wonder if I should mount the transformer. I might mount that transformer onto the radio, and then just connect, put in a a regular mono 1/4 inch jack on the outside, so it's easy to connect. Just plug in a 1/4 inch jack for the speaker. That's what I might do. I might just mount that transformer that I just showed you earlier, just mount it right in the chassis, so that I get instead of mounting it with the speaker. I haven't decided yet. I still have to decide on a speaker enclosure and stuff like that. So yeah, like I said, I really enjoy this radio, despite the fact that, well, the S meter you can see is not working, and I think the S meter itself is fine. I was really careful to make sure that everything is like in tip-top shape for the S meter itself. So I think it's just a circuitry that's at issue, like somewhere like resistors or something, or capacitors or something like that. So I don't think so yeah, the BFO does work. I don't think it's calibrated, but again, I do have an oscilloscope, and I'm getting a signal generator, so I'm gonna calibrate the BFO. Hopefully I'll get the S meter working. If I don't, it's not a big deal. I can still use the radio without an S meter. Looking at the ground hum, I'd love to get it completely ground hum free. I want to calibrate it and then see if there's further problems after I calibrate it. I've replaced all of the audio tubes, and I'm waiting for all of the tubes. I'm still waiting for 2 audio tubes to come. I made my new dials. If anybody wants a high quality file for the printer dials that I printed up, I can send you that so you can print up your own dials for the Hallicrafter. I made new dials completely from scratch on a graphics program, so they're kind of my custom made dials. So yeah, it's almost there. I would say it's 3/4 there. I've got a new project. My new project is a Tandberg. It's a company from Norway that no longer exists. It's called Tandberg, and I bought a reel-to-reel. It's a 1/4 inch reel-to-reel. It goes up to 15 IPS speed. Massive motors, pretty nice deck, including Dolby B. So from about 1970s, the mid 1970s to late 1970s. So that's going to be my next project. So I just got that yesterday. So yeah, I'm wrapping up this radio. I still love this radio. This is going to be my radio. I don't think I'm going to be getting any more radios. This is going to be my go-to radio. I'm going to play with it until I can get it 100, like as best I can get it. And so yeah, this is going to be my radio for multiband, and I appreciate anybody's input. I still probably want to, you know, after I calibrate it, we'll see what happens from there, take it from there. So thanks for watching. Yeah, coming up is my Tandberg. So thanks for watching, and yeah, any feedback is appreciated. Thanks for watching.